Welcome to Boys from the Bridge. This is an official channel dedicated to Chelsea Football Club and football in general. Everything you need to know, everything you want to know, it happens right here, right now. Let's get into it. So it's a beautiful day today. It's a very good day, I believe, like any other day, to be a Chelsea fan. So we've got lots to talk about today. This is a follow-up video from the previous video talking about various transfers and potential new signings we can do in various positions such as goalkeeper, defenders, midfield and strikers. So first off, we're going to be talking about the goalkeepers. There's lots of different goalkeepers we have been linked to. We all know Kepa's struggles last season, and is he that reliable? Is he not that reliable? My opinion, he's not reliable. He's 6'1", but it feels like he's 5'5" in the goals a lot of the time. Sounds a bit mean. He is a good shot stopper to a degree, but he's not the commanding figure we need in the defence. I believe that he makes all of the central defenders feel very nervous at times, and his passing out from the back is just horrendous. So we all know that Kepa is the record signing for Chelsea. He is extremely young. He conceded 47 goals in the Premier League, which is outrageous. We shouldn't be going near that. That ranks us 10th in the Premier League for the amount of goals we conceded last season, and we're never going to win a Premier League with that figure. Out of the 33 appearances he made, he only kept 8 clean sheets. That's 24% of his games he kept a clean sheet, which is no way near good enough. So other goalkeepers we've been linked to includes Jordan Pickford. I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan Pickford. I thought he was very good for England at the World Cup, but apart from that, he seems to be going down. And with Dean Henderson coming up at Manchester United now and was on loan at Sheffield last season, I believe Dean Henderson is going to replace Jordan Pickford very soon as the England #1. So in my opinion, Jordan Pickford had a struggling season at Everton last season, and he is not the right player for Chelsea. Other players that have been linked to Chelsea Football Club include Ben Foster. I'm a big fan of Ben Foster. I think he's a superb goalkeeper, shot stopper. He's a physical player. He's intimidating when the striker is one-on-one with him. However, he is getting a bit old, so I also believe that he's not the #1 choice for Chelsea, although links with him, I believe, is better than having Kepa in goal. Another player we've been linked to is EDOUARD MENDY. Now, EDOUARD MENDY is 28 years old. He plays in the French league, and he is French. He is 6'6", a giant of a goalkeeper. He played 24 games last season, kept 9 clean sheets, and that's a 37% clean sheet ratio, which is a lot better already than Kepa. I know it's not in the same league. I know that league is dominated by PSG anyway, so he probably, conceded none of those goals to PSG. That's not true, but I'm just saying. The next goalkeeper that we've been linked to is ONANA. Now this is Ajax's #1. He is Cameroonian. He's a fantastic talent. He is young. I believe that this player could be perfect at Chelsea. He is 24 years old. He is 6'3", and he has 33% clean sheet record, which is better than Kepa. I feel like no one is really worse than Kepa besides Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford had a 23% clean sheet record last season. So I don't even know why we're linked to him, to be honest. It kind of upsets me that we're actually linked to him. I'm actually feel disrespected to be linked to Jordan Pickford when Kepa got 24% and he got 23%. Now I'm moving to the top 2 goalkeepers that we have been linked to. This includes Jan Oblak and Mike Maignan. Jan Oblak, we all know, plays for Atletico Madrid. He is 27 years old. He is 6'2" and Slovenian. He lets in 0.64 goals per 90 minutes, which is 45% clean sheets. That is basically double Kepa's, and I believe he would be a dream signing. However, we're looking at an outrageous figure, which is probably around £110 million to get him away from Atletico. I know he says that he doesn't really want to play for Atletico next season. I just believe he is not an ideal choice. As £110 million for a goalkeeper, we've already made that risk with Kepa. Didn't work out. Paid 70 odd million for him. I don't think it's worth it. No one's going to buy Kepa for 70 odd million. If Kepa had an outrageous season and someone came in for 70 million, #1, we probably wouldn't want to let him go. But #2, if we could get the same price back, then that would be amazing. But now we're looking at, we're not even going to get half of that price back, let's be honest. So the top keeper that we have been linked to, in my opinion, that I would love to see in goals is Mike Magon. He is 25 years old, he is 6'2", so he's only an inch taller than Kepa, but I've seen videos of him and he makes the goal look a lot smaller than it is, and Kepa seems to make the goal look a lot bigger than it is. He is French, he plays for Lille, he played 28 matches last season, got 12 clean sheets, and that's a 43% clean sheet record. That is exceptional. I know, not in the best league, but still, that's a good record. I feel like if Kepa was in that league, he'd probably still get a 23% record. Now, I feel sorry that I'm being so harsh on Kepa. He has made really good saves every now and again, but most of the time, every time a team is attacking, we feel nervous, especially from corners and set pieces. We need a keeper to be dominant and take charge in those situations, and I believe Kepa hasn't, and he makes the whole defense look nervous. Defenders are calling, Kepa, Kepa, and then he's coming in, taking a run, cooking some food quickly, taking a run, and then by the time he gets there, the defender's got there. I mean, it's a waste, it's a waste. I mean, if you're making that much a week, I could have got to the ball most of the time. I know I'm being a little bit dramatic. I'm not as tall as that. I'm not 6'1", pushing 6 foot, I'd say. It's like Kepa has a completely different thing on his mind every time a set piece is coming in. It's like he's thinking, when's my next holiday going to be and what am I going to do? That's not what we need. We need to be focused in the moment. That looks likely to sign is Thiago Silva from PSG. He is 35 years old with heaps of experience. I know most of you Chelsea fans were keeping one eye on him again in the final against Bayern, whether to see if he still has it. And yes, he does still have it. He did do that reckless challenge on Lewandowski when he was one-on-one with him. But let's be honest, the season Lewandowski has had, top goal scorer in the Champions League, top goal scorer in Bundesliga, should have got Ballon d'Or in my opinion, even though I love Messi. I think most defenders would have struggled to take Lewandowski one-on-one. So with that being said, it looks like Thiago Silva is going to sign a 2-year deal. I still think that, you know, we should be looking for fresh blood, and this is not a long-term solution. This is kind of just a panicky situation that Chelsea find themselves in with centre-backs, but it looks like he could be the good fit for right now. However, we're looking to give him a 2-year deal, and we couldn't even give Willian a 3-year deal. So I'm a bit perplexed as to why we couldn't give Willian a 3-year deal and let Willian move to our biggest rivals, Arsenal. Another left back that we were heavily linked with is Reguilón. He plays for Sevilla. He's a very young player. He's on loan from Real Madrid, and I do believe that Ben Chilwell is a better alternative to him. Since buying him, we would obviously have to agree a buyback clause with Real Madrid, which means that if he had an amazing season and we wanted to sign him, there could be implications about whether to sign him or not, because Real Madrid would want him back. So now we're going to talk about the 4 centre-backs that have been linked heavily with the club. Lewis Dunk, he's the first English player that I will speak about. He's a centre-back that plays for Brighton. He's a very reliable centre-back and has showed himself that he can easily do it at this level. He is 28 years old and we're looking around 40 million or so to get him, which is a bit pricey at the moment in my opinion. He made 36 appearances last season, basically played every game for Brighton, and he scored 3 goals. He also has an extremely high tackle success. It's the same tackle success as Ben Chilwell, of that being 60%. I personally don't feel like Lewis Dunk is the player that we need at the club at the moment. He is 28. That is kind of old, although I can't really say he's kind of old if we're already basically going to get Thiago Silva, who's 35. So in my opinion, I would personally want to get someone a lot younger. This person that I'm speaking about who's a lot younger is Upamecano. Hopefully I pronounce that name on point. He is 21 years old. He is a centre-back, has a dual winning percentage of 63%. I watched a lot of this player in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga last season. I think he's an exceptional talent. He has a lot of pace. He has that physicality that we need. So in my opinion, Chelsea should push through for this player. I don't know if it's possible, but he is definitely one to look out for in the centre-back position. In my opinion, we are looking for someone to partner Zuma. Now Zuma has had a touch and go season over the last few years with Chelsea, and I always thought that Rudiger was the better choice, although Rudiger seems to be fading a bit and a lot of Chelsea fans are disappointed in him. The next player that has been heavily linked is Declan Rice. Declan Rice is an exceptional English talent. I believe that he would be perfect for a centre-back position in the club, although we all know that he also plays a midfield position for West Ham. Declan Rice last season made 38 appearances. He played bloody hell every game. In those 38 appearances, he made 1 goal, which was an absolute banger. You should go check it out. And he also made 3 assists. He has a tackle success rate of 52%. Declan Rice is also a very young player. He's only 21 years old. We're probably looking at 50 to 60 million for him though, although West Ham are determined to get a lot more than that. I just don't believe it's realistic. West Ham just want money. They do just want money. They're struggling themselves. They're looking to buy different players. So, I mean, they just survived relegation last season. So, I mean, they need a lot more than just Declan Rice to survive. The next player that is extremely exciting that I'm a big fan of is Jimenez, who is a centre-back playing at Atletico Madrid. He is only 25 years old. I believe he is a huge talent and would be perfect at Chelsea. He made 36 appearances for Atletico Madrid last season. He scored 3 goals and he would cost around £40 million. So out of all the defenders I've spoken about, I know we've just secured Ben Chilwell at left back. In my opinion, Azpilicueta is a phenomenal player, but I'm kind of leaning towards Reece James at right back, the centre-back pairing, Zuma, and I believe this one other player is probably going to be Thiago Silva in the next few days, who is likely to get the captain armband, which I feel, with his experience, it could be a good idea, although Azpilicueta has been at the club for so long, he's given so much. He kind of deserves to keep the armband, in my opinion. So the last position that we're going to be talking about is a combination of midfielder strikers, now that defenders and goalkeepers are out of the equation. Now, Willian sadly left the club. I don't know how Chelsea can let him leave to Arsenal. I don't understand how Willian would want to go to Arsenal. I mean, they're offering him more money. They had to sack 52 staff members in order to sign him, which is disgusting in my opinion. He knows better than anyone that Arsenal is a direct rival to Chelsea. So I don't know what he's thinking exactly to move there. I know he's getting more money. I know he's getting that 3-year deal that he wanted so he can stay in London. If Arsenal win the Champions League in the next 3 years, I will get an Arsenal tattoo. That's just how positive and strongly I think that Arsenal will not win the Champions League in the next 3 years. I hope Arsenal won't even win the Champions League whilst I'm alive, because we're the only team in London to win the European Cup. So we've been linked to Havertz for at least a month now, or longer. It's been pushing back and forwards about the final amount, but it looks like we've agreed the final amount with Bayer Leverkusen, and it looks like Havertz could become a Chelsea player within the next few days. Havertz will cost the club around 80 million euros. He is only 21 years old. He is living an amazing life, as 80 million euros for a 21-year-old is crazy in my opinion. We only sold Hazard, who was an established player, for a bit more than that. That would mean that he would be a Chelsea record, a German record in terms of the amount of money. He is a creative talent, and I've seen a lot of Havertz, and I believe he's exceptional. Everyone rates him extremely highly, and even Pep Guardiola would have loved to have him in his team. He made 45 appearances for Bayer Leverkusen last season. He got 18 goals and 9 assists, which is exceptional. I know Bundesliga isn't on the same pedigree and standard as the Premier League is, but at the same time, for a 21-year-old, that is amazing. So I'm extremely excited to see Havertz potentially be at Chelsea next season, behind a front 3 of Werner. Pulisic, sadly, is injured at the moment, so when Pulisic comes back, then I think he'll slot into that left position perfectly. I also hope that we can give Hudson-Odoi a lot of chances on that right, and Ziyech won't just fill that position all the time, although I think we're going to be a deadly team next season, especially with Havertz just behind those front 3. So I'm going to wrap this video up with 2 more potential signings. Said Renama. He is 25 years old, he is Algerian and plays for the team Brentford. He is an exceptional talent. He is miles apart from the rest of the league that he plays in. I think he would be a lot better in the Premier League where he's suited. People ask, will he be able to cope in this league? Well, there's only one way to find out. Put him in. I think he could be a fantastic backup to put a sixth position on the left-hand side. He made 47 appearances, 17 goals and 9 assists last season, which is very good. Now, the last player that I'm going to be talking about is Lionel Messi. Messi, for me, is my favorite player of all time. He is exceptional, he is outrageous, he is amazing. Now, after their humiliation against Bayern Munich, he wants to leave. Barcelona have come back now saying that there is a release clause for 700 million euros. Now, no team in the world, but maybe Manchester City, would be willing to pay such an outrageous fee. He's also been linked to Chelsea. I don't think we need Messi, although he's my favorite player. He's the best player in the world in my opinion, and we could always do with Messi. So thank you so much for watching today. Please, without further ado, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can get all the new videos posted every couple of days. I'm going to make another video very soon. See you then.